Hello.
A bullet train blitz brings us easy breezy Brad.
So let's have some fun before we go out.
I have to admit, I wasn't expecting an invitation back.
From trains to planes,
This is your captain speaking.
Top Gun Maverick soars into the record books and puts its stars to the test.
You're strapped to a chair, you're blindfolded, and then they slowly start submerging you in water.
And flick.
Plus, Chris Hemsworth bears all.
You can hear it right here from me. Full Chris Booty in high definition in like 4K.
Oh, you flick too hard, damn it!
ET's The Download starts right now. After a pandemic production pause, Blockbusters are back and better than ever.
Yes, we're going to spend today's episode revisiting the movies that had us glued to the big screen this summer. And first, we're boarding Brad Pitt's bullet train.
Listen, my guy, look at you. I'm great. Oh, here it goes. Look. I didn't think I had any more firsts in me, but talking to Brad Pitt about fashion is a first. You've been giving us all the looks. What is it? What is it in you that's saying, let me have a little fun?
That's it, man. We're just gonna die, so let's have some fun before we go out.
Fun-loving Brad rocked a lime green linen suit and jumped for joy in front of the cameras. You could say it became Brad's go-to red carpet move. And Brad's fast on his feet as an assassin in the action thriller, which brought in enough bucks to push Brad closer to the $9 billion mark. That's how much his movies have earned total across his career.
You stab me?
And Brad's loving the comedy-infused action.
How has this been something you've never done before, as long as you've been acting and doing the damn thing?
As long as you old.
I didn't mean it like that!
I don't know. It just hadn't crossed my path.
Brad's action comeback started with this cameo in The Lost City.
Getting you out of here.
Why are you so handsome?
My dad was a weatherman.
And it began with this classic we're not supposed to talk about.
Gentlemen, welcome to Fight Club.
It just spoke to me. I was just really drawn to the thing, and I'm almost scared to categorize that.
Brad volunteered to get his teeth chipped for the role of Tyler Durden, then went back to the dentist to fix his pearly whites.
Do what you like, man.
And 5 years later, he quit smoking for Troy. And he could barely walk after getting injured on set.
Next, Brad Pitt hurts Achilles. You can't do that headline, I'll tell you.
It didn't happen.
It did.
It did happen.
Yeah, it's stupid twist of stupid irony.
Brad's Interview with a Vampire co-star Tom Cruise also had the need for speed this summer.
And his Top Gun Maverick mission pushed his co-stars to the limit.
3, 2, 1.
Just can't create this kind of experience unless you shoot it live.
You guys excited? Oh, yeah.
For the long-awaited sequel, Tom put his cast through their paces in real life, teaching them to fly and survive the dunker.
You're strapped to a chair, you're blindfolded, and then they slowly start submerging you in water. You take a final breath, and then it starts to flip you upside down, and then you have to get out.
Do you remember, like, the first time you launched off one of these things?
They tell you to keep your arms like this because like you're gonna go flying forward. I decide that I wanna take a video of the whole moment. My phone goes explodes, slingshots.
We are cleared into the area. Verify cameras are on.
Of course, the sequel is full of high-flying action and a highly anticipated reunion between Tom and Iceman Val Kilmer.
There's one particular scene between Val and Tom that just, man, right in the feels.
Talking to Tom about that moment, it really was like they started their careers out together. And they've had this wild, amazing journey.
I am dangerous.
You know, in the first one, I really rallied hard for him to make the movie. I was like, Val, you got to make this movie. You know, this was like, you're gonna be amazing.
I still have friends from that movie, and that's 30 years ago. And then that's there.
E.T. was on set with Val when he filmed the OG movie.
My father was in the Air Force. I was excited to be able to get to see an aspect of the Navy that civilians can't see.
Do these Hollywood types really have the right stuff to be Top Gun?
They're trainable.
Barely.
While the role of Maverick was written for Tom, he turned it down multiple times.
Who didn't grow up wanting to fly an F-14? So it's very easy falling into the role.
And get this, Glenn Powell says he almost didn't take the role of Hangman in the sequel because he wanted Miles Teller's part. But Tom talked him into it.
Which one of y'all has what it takes to follow me?
You know, this is a lesson for all of us. Don't say no to Tom Cruise.
So the beach football montage, is it true that you guys shot it twice because Tom was like, I didn't like the way that was the first time?
We don't know why we shot it a second time.
Don't know why.
We know we shot it a second time.
Can you tell me why?
There's nothing that really is a buzzkill to a tater tot bite than finding out you have to shoot a beach montage again.
Top Gun Maverick recently soared past the $1.4 billion mark at the global box office, easily making it Paramount's highest grossing film ever, with Tom Cruise expected to earn at least $100 million from the blockbuster.
It's daunting, and there's not one person in this movie that wasn't sweating bullets. And I said, you know what? If you're not sweating bullets making this film, you shouldn't be on this movie.
A lot of sweat also went into making the newest Thor flick.
Yeah, but have we seen the last of the God of Thunder?
Now, is it safe to assume that this will be your final go-around as Thor?
Look, I'm open to anything, you know. Director Taika Waititi has some ideas.
Okay, Thor and a buddy on a road trip to Vegas. Christmas!
Christmas!
Okay, I've got it. Thor, Christmas. Two Christmas. Chris Pratt and Thor. Guys, take this down. Star-Lord, Thor, road trip movie, Christmas.
The first time Chris wielded the hammer was 11 years ago. Fast forward to Love and Thunder, and this marks his 9th MCU movie.
Well, you're right.
Natalie Portman returned to the franchise as Jane Foster, wielding her own hammer.
Jane?
That girl looks ripped. Were you two gym buddies?
We were a bit, yeah. Yeah, she worked hard. I just want to say that was very, very impressive what you did back there.
Natalie, your arms in this film. What was the training process like for you?
It was really exciting to be cast as a character who's like 6 foot when I'm 5'3".
It's just my first bad guy.
You never forget your first.
That bad guy is Christian Bale, who went through his own transformation to play Gore the God Butcher.
I was already quite skinny for the film that I'd made before. And also, how can you compete with Chris in terms of the muscles? Would have, you know, looked pitiful by comparison.
And flick.
Oh.
You flicked too hard, damn it!
In the film, is the booty blurred like the trailer?
You get full booty in the movie. Full Chris booty in high definition. Go see it on IMAX. It's even bigger.
E.T. was exclusively with the stars in Australia as they destroyed the set.
Entertainment tonight. Hey, welcome everybody to New Asgard. My name is Taika Waititi, and this
is Chris Hemsworth. It was a sweet, quaint little village once upon a time, but if you turn the camera over here, you'll see there's been quite a fair amount of destruction. This is the biggest set I've ever been on. Natalie, you want to smash a window? We've been ruining the set. It feels so good. Oh, I missed. I missed again.
We love that Thor features 2 of Hollywood's hottest Chris's, but Chris Pratt didn't just battle aliens in Love and Thunder.
He also wrangled raptors, taking a dino-sized bite out of the box office in Jurassic World Dominion.
I heard that the first kiss you guys ever had in Jurassic World was a surprise.
So yes and no. It wasn't a surprise to me. It was a surprise to everyone who was there that day because it wasn't written.
Mhm.
Here's a little thing to know about me. I'm always vying to kiss
You're like,
Chris
sure.
Pratt in these movies. And the Dominion was the only time that there's actually been a kiss written into the movie.
Right. The need for the will they, won't they sexual chemistry does not fall on us in this film. Right. It's Laura and Sam.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, red hot.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Red hot.
Ellie Sattler.
Alan Grant.
You're reunited with Sam. How was that?
Amazing. I mean, Sam Neill is the dream come true as an actor, as a friend, to go through hard times with. He's just an extraordinary gentleman.
People were waiting for the romance between you and Sam.
It's a kiss 30 years in the making.
Also 30 years in the making, Laura Dern, Sam Neill, and Jeff Goldblum's Jurassic Park reunion.
Why do they always have to go bigger?
One of my favorite memories of the whole experience was the first day that Sam Neill and Jeff Goldblum and I had a scene together. We got into a Jeep, and as we got in position, we looked out, and the crew was surrounding the Jeep and teary-eyed.
Fun fact, Jeff Goldblum has played Dr. Ian Malcolm in the Jurassic Park franchise 4 times. Jim Carrey auditioned for the role too.
You made a promise to a dinosaur. Yeah. What?
For most of us, we grow older and we just grow older. You've grown older and you grew cooler to a new generation. And what is that like?
I dreamed of being an actor. When I was a kid, right around 9th grade, I would write, please God, let me be an actor. And I've gotten a chance to do it.
And here's a little behind-the-scenes secret. The cast had to re-record some of their lines at home due to the pandemic.
I will remember well my daughter across the house coming in, freaked out, terrified, because I was screaming bloody murder, because I was running from a Giganotosaurus, but in my closet. Mom, you're gonna scare the neighbors. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm making a dinosaur movie in my closet.
Is this the end of the line for your character?
No one could have told me I was ever gonna play Dr. Ellie Sattler again when we made this movie in '93. So I ain't saying anything now.
That's true, right? You never know.
Come back.
I always come back.
Another beloved character who made quite the comeback, Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, this summer we got to meet the man behind the toy, and who better to voice him than Captain America himself, Chris Evans.
Complete the sentence for me. To infinity
and beyond.
Oh my gosh, what was it like the first time you said it?
Nerve-wracking.
Really?
Well, yeah, because it's something that we all know from someone else.
Ready, Captain Lightyear?
Ready as I'll ever be, Commander Hawthorne.
It's big shoes to fill, and you want to put your own interpretation on it, but you also have to make sure you pay homage to what we all know and what we all love.
Well, not everyone loved that Tim Allen, the original Buzz Lightyear in the Toy Story films, was missing from the latest Pixar flick.
They didn't let Tim Allen do it. I don't understand that. Just as long as people come back to the motion picture theater.
This was actually pretty intimidating, you know, because obviously Tim Allen is Buzz Lightyear, and it's tough to try and fill those shoes. I'm using what he did as a blueprint. He is Buzz Lightyear, and he will always be Buzz Lightyear.
To infinity.
And beyond!
Also teaming up with Buzz in this space mission in Lightyear, now streaming on Disney+, Uzo Aduba as his longtime commander and Keke Palmer as his space ranger in training.
If we could explore any other character in the Toy Story universe, is there anybody you would like to explore?
Woody. I would love to see Woody's origin story.
I'm curious about the Mr. Potato Head. Gotta say.
Keke Palmer not only brought the adventure, but the screams this summer. Co-starring in Jordan Peele's thriller, Nope.
Yeah, nah.
Run! I heard that part of the reason you got this role is because you slid into director Jordan Peele's DMs. Is that true?
I did slide into his DMs, however, he never read it.
Has he ever gone back and read it?
I don't know to this day if he's ever read it, but I remember him saying, I wrote her only with you in mind. So that was just like the greatest compliment I could have ever had. Let's go, baby! Let's go!
Daniel Kaluuya plays Palmer's brother, and the two are determined to find undeniable proof that aliens exist. The film marks the third team-up between Daniel and the Get Out director.
Daniel and I, you know, that's like my dream collaborator as a director. So yeah, that's my brother right there.
Explain what this movie is about in one sentence, if you could.
It's about spectacle. And that's a comma. And our
longer than a sentence.
It's about spectacle and our obsession with attention.
Yeah, there are lots of theories floating around about the deeper meaning of Peele's third thriller, but one thing's for sure, the OA's Brandon Perea was psyched to be part of the action.
I love seeing you geeking out and checking out your poster.
Seeing my face massive, I just started crying, but this moment, being here, it's just unbelievable. It's a miracle.
Someone else who definitely saw his face on a lot of billboards this summer, Austin Butler.
Yeah, his grueling Elvis audition proved he had the chops to play the iconic singer, but what about the look? Well, he had some help from a little movie magic.
Well, you may go to college, you may go to school.
When you look in the mirror and you start to see the transformation, it makes you feel different. It really does.
Turning into Elvis was no easy feat. Austin dyed his hair black and wore more than 90 costumes for the film.
There's so many things out there that have become these caricatures.
Yes.
And so even talking about him curling his lip, it's something he didn't do as much as we think he did.
Right.
Or he'd do it for a photo. And so he was finding how subtle could you go with things and still have the essence.
So what you're telling me is you already had the moves.
I had to work hard for those.
Not only did he have the accent and dancing down, Austin also sang all the Elvis songs himself. Check out this early screen test.
Well, that's all right, Mama. That's all right for you.
I used to only ever sing for people very close to me because I didn't believe it in the beginning, but I wanted to take on the challenge.
Right.
Harry Styles was actually a big contender for the role of Elvis, but director Baz Luhrmann turned him down because, quote, he's Harry Styles. He's already an icon. Baz says Austin was born to play the part.
They hadn't even started auditioning yet. I sent Baz a video of me playing the piano and singing Unchained Melody.
The 31-year-old actor also had the support of the King's own family.
Watching him play your father, it did something to me. It really did. And so what did it do to you? Oh, a lot. I wasn't ready for what it did. Baz kind of left me alone in the theater the first time I saw it. After the film, I just fell into him in tears.
The moment that I saw Austin on stage, I started crying.
Now to another film that came out of the gate strong, Where the Crawdads Sing. The film, based on the best-selling book, raked in $17 million opening weekend. Not too shabby since it only cost $24 million to make.
Which means it's straight to the bank for Reese Witherspoon, who had a major hand in bringing it to the big screen.
How soon after reading this book did you know you had to have the rights? We picked it for the book club probably in 2018. It was like, yes, and it's just been a dream come true.
A dream that's been 4 years in the making for Reese and her all-female filmmaking team. Only E.T. can take you behind the scenes of the Louisiana set.
It starts with a crime. There's a person who's been murdered.
There's no fingerprints on the railing, grates, nothing.
Daisy Edgar Jones stars as Kaya, a young girl who grew up alone in the swamps of North Carolina.
You really don't know if she did it, right? She's been so outcast in society, she's been treated so poorly by people, that it's really possible that she might have committed this crime.
The Marsh Girl, she killed him.
This film is so many things. It's a love story, a story about survival, but it's also a sort of courtroom drama, and there's this really big thriller aspect to the film.
And how about this? Taylor Swift wrote the song Carolina for the film's credits. There's buzz it could lead to her first Oscar nod.
It was just a call that she made one day. She was so inspired by the book. It's haunting, it's beautiful, and it's just the perfect way to end the whole movie.
Well, there was another movie featuring the vocal stylings of Taylor Swift, DC League of Super Pets.
What do you listen to?
Message in the Bottle, Taylor's version. I'm listening to it right now.
Oh, I could tell. You really
It's good.
That's at the end of our movie, Super Pets.
Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson joined forces once again for the family film, but is this the end of their bromance?
This is the 5th time we're seeing you and Kevin Hart team up together.
This is the 5th time and the last time that we do.
And another pair is teaming up for the first time in more than a decade.
I can't wait, and I'm anticipating just joy.
BT's The Download returns.
Of all the places I could be, I just want to be here with you.
Multiverse madness, huh? From laughs to tears to edge-of-our-seat action, Michelle Yeoh ushered in the summer blockbuster season with Everything Everywhere All at Once, A24's highest-grossing film of all time.
I got to my agent calling me and saying, there's this weird movie with these weird directors, but it stars Michelle Yeoh. And I said yes. I didn't need to read it. For me to be able to watch this work that no other actress in the world could pull off, except Michelle Yeoh, that's why I showed up.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Now, we also heard Michelle in something a little more family-friendly.
Yeah, that's right. She joined Steve Carell for the latest Despicable Me flick, and this time, we got to dive into the backstory behind a beloved cartoon supervillain.
What do you think it is about the Minions that people also find so lovable?
They are equal parts obnoxious and hysterical and silly. And I think they represent a side of all of us that we sometimes like to be, but can't always be. I am pretty despicable. You don't want to cross me.
Michelle joined the Minions universe as Healer Master Chow, and Taraji P. Henson plays a 70s-style villain named Bell Bottom.
Yeah, baby.
Are there any similarities?
I love music from the 70s. I was born in 1970. I can rock an afro. I have one.
Danny Trejo plays Stronghold. And Dolph Lundgren, remember him from Rocky IV?
I must break you.
He plays Svengeance.
I hear he's a hell of a roller skater. He's a character. He's a Viking on skates, yeah, from the 70s.
And Steve is working as hard as a minion in another film with his former Office co-star, John Krasinski.
Come here, you. Come here! You guys spent so much time together almost a decade ago, and now you're working together again. What's that feeling like?
I'm anticipating just joy.
No more meetings this week.
You just agree to that?
I can be very surprising.
It will be a role reversal from their days on The Office. John will be in charge, directing Steve and Paramount's family film If. It co-stars Ryan Reynolds and is due out next year. In June, Steve and his minions got cemented into Hollywood history at the legendary TCL Chinese Theater.
I was worried that he wouldn't be able to get out of the cement. It was so ridiculous. I couldn't help but laugh. Like, what is happening?
Frequent collaborators Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart really cemented their friendship when Kevin scored a smooch from The Rock at his 2019 Hand and Footprint ceremony. Now, besties are bringing the laughs once again in DC League of Super Pets.
Ace, deploy canine shield.
What is a canine?
So what is it about these animated projects now? You're just like in the groove with that, and is it for the kids at this point? What is it?
Yeah, it definitely has a lot to do with the kids. I think.
You had so many.
Well,
so it's like, you know.
Well, wait.
That
not
we know
Nick Cannon, though.
Yeah, no.
Well,
just 4, right?
That you know of.
In DC League of Super Pets, a group of rescue pets with superpowers go on a wild mission to help Superman and the Justice League. But this isn't The Rock's only superhero movie.
We've got you coming out as Black Adam. So, Kev, when are you going to take on a superhero role, man?
You know, I really thought about it, but then I was like, meh.
Meh?
Right? Yeah, like those roles are stupid.
Right? He's upset.
You went and shot Black Adam secretly, told me that you weren't working, and I found out through social media that you were done production. Wait till White Adam comes out.
Oh, White Adam's what you got up your sleeve.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
After all we've been through?
Before that happens, The Rock and Kevin are joined by their Hollywood pals, John Krasinski, Vanessa Bayer, Jamila Jamil, and Keanu Reeves in the superhero comedy out now.
Why does it work so well between DJ and Kevin?
They have a nice kind of free zone, you know, and really good heart.
This is the fifth time we're seeing you and Kevin Hart team up together.
This is the 5th time and the last time that we do. No, I love Kevin. I love Kevin, and we always have the best time on screen, off screen.
Listen, if Kevin and Dwayne are in a movie, I'm going to go see it.
I love their love.
Love it.
All right, that's going to do it for us today, guys.
Make sure to join us tomorrow for a new episode of ET's The Download.